What is up, fellow bench warmers? Welcome to your daily Fantasy Quickie. What's up, guys? It's the start of week 20, the last week of fantasy basketball, and we are back here again for another daily Fantasy Quickie. And we have, of course, with us, Komish, day one. Chill day once again.
Day one. Well, day one is the foundation day. You can't be too far behind after one day. You'll be in trouble.
Yep.
So you have to stay close.
Stay close, and at least in 5 to 6 categories, you stay close. Right? There could be some.
My advice for managers. I usually divide the week into like day 1, day 2. I divide it like that. Day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4. That's how I do it. So I don't look too far ahead. I look day 1 and I look day 2. That's what I do. And I just want to at least not be, too disadvantaged with the number of games.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I see day 1 and day 2, I have 15 total games, my opponent has 22, 21, then I'm in trouble. I have to make a lot of adds.
Yeah.
So that's what I do. I usually try to stay close, as we say.
Because eventually, everything evens out. But if
supposedly,
but if the first few days, you fall behind too far, you don't know what happens in the next, the last remaining days, right? And players could sit. There could be some missed games by certain players, and you might not be able to catch up as well, right? When that happens. So speaking of players sitting out, Jaylen Brown has been declared out for the season, and this is surprising because he will be out not just for the fantasy season, not just for the regular season, but pretty much the rest of the season, including playoffs.
Yes, and that wrist injury has been there for a while with Jaylen. We have had reports about how it's bothering him and how he's playing through it. So I guess this should not be much of a surprise. It's a surprise that, in a way, his ankle is the one that's been the latest injury was the ankle that kept him out. But suddenly it became the wrist. I don't know why it took so long for them to diagnose it now. But I think this fracture has been there for a while, right? He has not played for a while.
He might have been, he might have played through it early in the season, and then maybe just now decided that, let's just shut you down for the rest of the season.
Which is weird, because I guess they think they're not gonna contend. I don't know. It's kind of weird.
They probably would not, right? I mean, I think the thing is here's just my thinking.
Hater. It's a Laker guy, hates the Celtics.
No, I just realistically, they might be able to contend, but to be honest, the top 3 are way above them. I mean,
well, if they're healthy, I think they have a chance, right? I mean,
no, come on.
The East,
if everyone's healthy,
I
don't think.
Miami went to the finals last year, so if they are hot at the same time, I think there's no Lebron there. There's no real super
I just
team,
feel
right?
Philly.
There's Brooklyn. Yeah, I guess.
Philly, Brooklyn, and Milwaukee are way above everyone else. I mean, lineup-wise, they have improved. Let's just put it at that. I think those 3 teams have improved a lot, and by a mile, because Milwaukee had Drew, Philly had added great role players around Embiid, and plus the coaching has changed and the style has changed a lot. And Brooklyn, of course, we know Brooklyn is the favorite here. And Miami,
I guess
they're probably in that tier. Miami, Boston, and probably the next ones are not really as relevant.
Hey, don't forget New York.
New York, Miami, Boston, and New York. Those are the
Stephen A. Smith will kill you. Yeah.
Miami, Boston, and New York.
I guess that's correct. I guess they won't really contend, as in win the championship.
Yeah, they probably won't win.
So right now with him out, that opens up Evan Fournier for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
I mean, for the week.
Just
for the week,
imagine,
Evan Fournier for the week.
I think 2-3 weeks ago we were saying Fournier is just trash in Boston. A drop in Boston, he probably won't do well. Right now, he's probably gonna be your game changer or your difference maker. Right?
He will be, and he will continue to have probably start for Jaylen, and so I think he will be a difference maker. Points, steals, I think even assists.
Yeah.
And threes.
Yeah. So that's Jaylen Brown. He is out. Bradley Beal, we've been getting questions, but before we recorded yesterday's quickie, there was really no news. After we posted the quickie, there was news that he'll be out this next 2 games. Which, like I said, if he's gonna be out 2 games, he could be a drop already. I think you should drop him already because 2 games is a lot.
Yeah, half of
for a player like Bradley Beal, right? I mean,
the only thing that makes me think he's gonna force himself to play after 2 games is that they lost today. There's an outside chance they fall out of that play-in tournament. Outside chance, but if by the next game they win over Atlanta and then the other teams lose or whatever, I think there's a chance he will rest it out. So I will still say drop him.
Yeah, I mean 2 games, missing 2 games, the first 2, that's like you miss out on what, 50 points, right? Right, and a good chunk of field goal there because he shoots the ball relatively well for someone who scores a lot, right? So that's that's already a big disadvantage for you, especially if your team is anchored on his scoring. Right?
Yes. So right now, without him, of course, Raul Neto would be the popular guy to add. He might not be available, but he's not that widely owned, so he could be still there. He didn't have a good game the last time out, but I think he will be the solid add here. Ish Smith, if you're in a deep league, very deep, 16-team finals, you're really going through the bargain bin already. I think Ish Smith would have some sneaky value this week. Not in assists, maybe in some scoring threes and then a steals kind of way. So those 2 will benefit from Bradley Beal's absence. Not by a lot. Jaylen Brown, we talked about Fournier. I think Aaron Nesmith, we talked about him before.
Yeah.
Again, for deep leaguers, something to consider. By the way, a lot of teams that are still fighting right now in week 20, a lot of leagues are usually deep leagues.
Yeah.
And that's what I
14
noticed.
at
So
least,
maybe
14.
Yeah, usually 14 to 16 teams. So these players would probably be more suitable to them. The Nesmith, Ish Smith.
Yeah.
And
they should
Raul
be there.
Neto.
I mean, they should be picked up.
They should be available.
At the least for streaming purposes.
For streaming purposes, yes.
Right? We are already in the last week, so I don't think you'll really hold on to Nesmith for a long time. I mean, for the rest of the week, because you might just waste your moves, and you probably would want to use some of your moves and add players who have games on days where Nesmith won't be playing or some of those players as well. So that's Beal. Beal's out for 2 games. We're not sure if he's gonna be back on their third game this week. Players who are let's talk about Chris Boucher first. He was questionable, so this is another Toronto. But to be honest, at this point, you just don't get him.
Toronto is out. Funny that Jeremy will say that. My opponent in our league, Grant, just picked him up now, and I know it's a Hail Mary ad. I'm surprised he did it. I was surprised.
It's a Hail Mary ad because you're killing it again, right?
No. I mean, it's day 1 and he has Steph Curry. I'm down.
Steph
I'm up
and
overall.
Anthony Davis
and Kevin Durant. Yes, those 3. So and I'm surprised he did it, but I guess this is
how did he get Kevin
2 ways
Durant?
of seeing it. I don't know how he got Kevin Durant, but maybe through a trade.
I know how he
got
Anthony Davis. He got it from me.
From you. Yeah. So imagine his team if Boucher plays. And, Toronto is out. Pascal Siakam, Fred VanVleet, and everybody's out. So, Boucher, if he plays, and the good thing is he was able to pick up Malachi Flynn, which I was gonna talk about here also.
Yeah.
Malachi Flynn will probably be back to the Flynn sanity 3-4 weeks back. And he was able to pick him up also. So, he had 2 good pickups. Well, Boucher is a question mark. I don't know why Toronto will bring him back. But if he comes back and plays, then he got lucky. And lucky in the sense that, it's the right move. But I would not have done that. So, regardless. Jeremy would not have done that. But that's how other managers play. How Grant, my opponent, our friend, plays. He plays, let's go for it. And sometimes,
and he's there. And I think it's quite logical for him, right? I just feel like
I think so.
he has 3 top level players. He has Steph, AD, and Kevin Durant.
Kevin Durant, yeah.
Adding Chris Boucher is a small risk already for his part, right? Because he risked it. He somehow made a big risk as well when he got Anthony Davis, right?
Actually, he has 4 strong players. He has DeRozan.
He still has DeRozan.
He has Sexton. He has Covington. He has Brook Lopez.
Yeah, it's a strong team. I know it's a strong team.
It's a strong team.
And when he traded away Gobert, it made it stronger because Gobert was the odd man out there. Gobert had pretty bad free throw shooting. With his team, with him having Steph and Durant, that would, just be a liability to his team. So when we traded, I think he improved. But there's that risk of AD as well.
I think he has made the right moves. And this Boucher thing is also a right move. I would agree with him. But I don't play that way. I just don't play that way. So I'm just giving you guys 2 different phases because you have heard how we are advised, like me and Jeremy. But I play conservatively. I don't know. I haven't really seen how Jeremy plays, but Jeremy is a winner.
I'm probably I'm probably a bit more conservative. I didn't drop KPJ, right? I try to wait. I'm more patient, and that can haunt me.
So I guess being your advisors, we're also advising more conservatively. But sometimes we give you this the other managers how they play, like
the
with Boucher, like with
different perspective, right?
So it's up to you how you guys would try to who you would follow or what do you think is the right move for you guys. Being managers, being personality, what you think is correct.
Yeah.
So for me, I will not do the Boucher move.
Like the Bradley Beal thing, some managers would probably just stick it with him and wait until the third game, hit their third game before they decide, right? Even if they pick up, to be honest, even if you pick up someone, of course, they won't match the production of Beal. But at least it lessens the impact, right?
Yes.
But again, like we said yesterday, there is this possibility that if you drop him too early, your opponent can get him, and that could haunt you back. And sometimes it gets to the other manager's head as well. Like mine. That's what I was thinking. Like if I drop him now, the other manager could get it. That's the worst case scenario for me. The other managers get it, and he plays the last 2 games, and he kills me the last 2 games.
You know what's ironic here? What if Boucher does come back and then Nick Nurse still plays him 15 minutes? and that's Aaron Baines is also coming back, by the way. And this is gonna be so ironic if Aaron Baines will start again and get 25 minutes, and then Boucher gets, and then we're gonna go back full circle back from where it started, and that's how. And by the way, one more update for Jeremy. Kevin Love missed today's game, so he has missed 2. What's our bet? He has to miss 5, right?
6.
So, 6. I thought 5. 5. So there's 3 more games. He has missed 2. Okay, so there's 3 more games.
I think that
there's 3 more.
I think he'll miss all 3.
Wait. He missed the game 2 days ago, and then he played suddenly the last game, and then he missed the game before tomorrow. So he missed 2 of the last 3. So
all he needs for me is to play one more game.
To play 1 game. Yes.
Why did he
Play
miss
one more
today's game?
I don't know. I
Was it an
know
injury?
the last time he missed was the last time was because of an injury. I think he banged knees. Then he played and then he missed. I don't know if it was. So I'm just updating followers that I'm a come from behind guy. So maybe this is and it's so funny because it's exactly 3 games left.
Yeah.
And Kevin Love needs to miss all 3 games. And this would be so...
It's going to be... Imagine if he misses the next 2 games, right?
And then plays the last game.
And then decides to play the last game, right?
I just remembered him because I saw Grant, my opponent, kept Sedi Osman. He kept Sedi Osman, who has not played for 3 games. So I don't know the thinking. I don't know why he dropped Enes Kanter a while ago and kept Sedi Osman over Kanter. But I don't know. Let's see. Maybe he knows something I don't. But I don't care about Osman. All I care about is Kevin Love. I don't care about the championship. He has to miss 3 games. Come on, Kevin. 3 games.
I'm gonna be in trouble. I'm already not the best in the leagues, and then I'm still gonna draft Kevin Love next year. Oh my god. Anyway, we'll wait
Kevin's
for
gonna be big.
update.
Yeah, we'll wait for
Come on,
update.
Kevin. Just play 1 game, even for a minute. I don't care how many minutes or seconds. Just step in there and step in there for a few seconds. Just one possession, and I'll be happy with that.
This would be great.
Yeah. It will be really great if he misses the next 2.
For our sakes, just miss the next 2 so that
it'll be fun. It'll be fun.
To look forward for the last day.
It will be fun if he misses the next 2. Speaking of players returning, LeBron James is coming back tomorrow. Is it tomorrow?
Official status is tomorrow. He'll try to come back. If not, the day after tomorrow. He's gonna look of coming back the day after tomorrow. So it means he's near. He's near.
No, I'm pretty sure no one dropped LeBron James, right? Even if he said that, if he misses even if we questioned if he should still be used or added, I'm pretty sure no one dropped LeBron James.
Or James Harden. He's the other one. Yeah.
James Harden is another player who probably did not drop even if there were really no updates about him over the past couple of weeks. I think the past 2 weeks there's an update, but yeah, he'll be back tomorrow.
Not tomorrow. He'll be back. They have a back-to-back. Both Brooklyn and LA have a back-to-back.
So the second half of a back-to-back.
Yeah. James is gonna come back in the second half. LeBron is aiming to come back tomorrow, which is the first half of the back-to-back. So the question mark for both, we are updating this to you so that you guys don't have them in your IL right now.
Yeah.
I mean, at least for LeBron, try to have an open spot so that you can activate him in case he plays. For Harden, the day after, do that also. Now the question mark is, will LeBron play back-to-back? Now, I don't know about Jeremy. I'm 50-50 because I'm thinking they need to win. So maybe he does play back-to-back, right? I don't know. I'm just
wait to see how
by myself.
Just wait to see how many minutes he plays
tomorrow. Yeah,
tomorrow. Like if it's too many minutes, he might miss the next game, right? If it's too few minutes, he might still miss the next game. I think the right number of minutes is around 20 to 25 minutes. I think that's, for a player coming back from injury, that's a good amount of minutes, meaning he's good enough to play 25 minutes. But not bad enough to, the injury wasn't as bad enough for him to really be restricted to 15. That's how I think about it.
Yes, agree. So
but
let's
if
see.
he plays around 30, or even if he plays around 15, he might miss, the next game, depending on how he feels, I guess. But I'm pretty sure it would be a day-to-day thing. Like, depends on how LeBron feels, right? And he's probably one of the players who you wouldn't complain about him playing whenever he feels like it. Would you?
I guess I won't. I mean, it's up to him if he wants to play or not. He has to be healthy. The good news is he does, from the reports that I've read, he looks healthy. It's different from the first time he came back.
Well, we'll see. We'll see how he plays tomorrow. Who will they be against tomorrow? Would you know?
Tomorrow, their opponent would be New York. New York. Actually, what's funny is I think he's gonna play tomorrow. The next game after that is Houston. So you know.
Okay, that moves up the likelihood that he won't play the next game.
Yes, that's true. That's true. I agree.
He'll probably test it out against a tougher team to see how much he can play, and then he'll probably rest it against Houston to see,
There's a sure win against Houston anyway.
Even if he plays against Houston, he'll probably play just 15. That's my guess. He'll probably play around 15 minutes against Houston. But I think that's a good sign that he's gonna play against New York because that's a tougher opponent. So he'll probably go all out there. Compared if he goes up against Houston. So
they have the same record with New York. That can't happen. New York is already gloating. I've seen memes that they have same record.
That's how bad the East is, though. Same record, and New York is in fourth?
Fourth in the East.
Yeah. Right. That's how bad the East is. I think the East is really a three team race. But we'll talk more about it in our weekly show, in our weekly podcast. Later tonight. All right. Ads. I think just check out the post. I think the ads mostly are, we mentioned them, Dwight Powell, Jaylen Brown.
I gave some updates regarding
Luka's out, right? The next game.
I think he was not suspended.
All right. Was he? Good.
He was not suspended.
I'm not sure.
I think he's good. No, I think he's good because he wasn't suspended. So Luka looks like he's okay, but still Dallas has a back-to-back, and Dallas has a good matchup tomorrow. Mm-hmm. So if you're gonna stream, at least stream a player who has a back-to-back. So that's Dwight Powell, Dwight Powell is really a good ad. I just like his potential this week, and Jaylen Brunson. But a player, I've talked about Malachi Flynn, but a player I want to discuss is Dwight Howard. Joel Embiid is iffy to play because of an illness. Mm-hmm. So it's not a resting. There's actually an illness. And we already know that even if he was healthy, it would have been 50-50 for him to play at all this week.
Yeah.
So with this illness, the more they're probably not going to play him, right? So Dwight Howard might be a good ad right now and might be a good ad for the whole week.
Yeah, he should have been added already last week because he's been playing well over the past, 2 weeks? A week and a half.
Yeah. But he's available in a
rosterable. In the past 2 weeks already, even in limited minutes.
And just to complete some things here about Detroit, they went back to skipping almost a lot. Even Frank Jackson is questionable with an injury. There's no Jeremy, there's no Plumlee, there's no Wayne Ellington, Corey Joseph. Everybody's out tomorrow. So the Seikos, Dumbaya, the Killian Hayes, Sadiq Bey, these guys might be good streams. I'm actually debating on Killian Hayes because the turnovers are really bad and the free field goal, so be careful with that. With OKC, meanwhile, Theo Maledon is out. Mm-hmm. So be wary of that if you own Maledon. I think we dropped him already. Lou Dort is questionable. They don't have any point guard. Ty Jerome is also questionable, so they don't have any point guard. So that's something curious to see. I'm betting on Svi. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Svi Mikhailuk or something.
Yep, that's right.
I'm betting on him. I'm betting on a good game. It's a very good game. Sacramento versus OKC. So if you know which player, Kenrich Williams is another player. Actually, I forgot to put him there. But Kenrich Williams and Svi Mikhailuk, these two tomorrow might be very, very good. So
as point guard replacements in OKC. And really pretty much not much updates in the sense that we haven't really heard much about these things. We know about Detroit situation. We know it's a messy situation to be in, even if you own their top players. Even the replacements has been messy, right? Isaiah Stewart hasn't been as good as when he was starting early on. Killian Hayes is still a rookie. I think Sadiq is the only consistent guy out there where you know what to expect, right? But the rest of everyone else is probably I'm not sure if Stewart still has great upside, but he hasn't been really good as before, right? So he's really not the you won't be too excited to add him if you see him, right? There are a lot. I'd rather, if I'm going for rebounds, I'd rather go with Dwight.
I'll disagree with you there. Yeah.
Rebounds and blocks.
I'll agree.
Dwight over Stewart.
It's just rebounds and blocks, yes. But overall, this week, I would rather have Stewart right now, only because maybe Dwight's free throws scare me a little bit. But if Embiid doesn't play, maybe he gets more free throw attempts. Yeah.
Stewart shoots threes, a little more assists maybe. He has better assist potential than Dwight. Dwight is really more of a blocks, field goal, and rebound guy. And
but thinking about it,
they're probably even.
But thinking about it, Dwight has 4 games left. So maybe Jeremy, I might change my mind and agree with Jeremy. Yes, you have to go with the volume. He has 4 games, Stewart has 3 games. So I'll still go with Dwight.
He doesn't shoot too many free throws anyway. I mean, right?
Hopefully. For those who pick him up. Because,
I think gone are the days where they hack a Dwight. Those days are gone.
Don't jinx it, man. Some managers.
No, it's really. I've been watching some games of Philly, and he's been good. He's been fast on the rebounds. He's getting almost all the rebounds. He hasn't been going to the free throws as much.
So let's see.
So that wouldn't really hurt you as much, yeah. But that's it for Daily Fantasy Quickie for today. Day 1 of week 20. We'll see you again tomorrow, and for the rest of the week, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be exciting. Even the Kevin Love situation is gonna be exciting. So we'll see you again tomorrow, guys. Bye.